Hi guys, Nimpy here, and I'm gonna draw my life, because everybody else has. I was born a disembodied cartoon head long ago, the product of a chance encounter between the severed head of Namakubi from Zombie Nation and Madame Leota from the Haunted Mansion in Disneyland Paris. My earliest memory, however, is of my uncle MODOK moving to France to relieve my mother of parenting duty, taking me under his wing and raising me to become an evil genius. Unfortunately, from an early age, I started to display symptoms of not being wholly evil, and in fact just being incredibly critical, which didn't seem to fly very well with his forced dialogue and terribly vague backstory. So he cast me out into the wilderness to find myself, while I wondered whether when I found him he'd be a dick as well. I bumbled across the French countryside until I found a place to shelter, which sold decent wine at an affordable price where the locals didn't smell of a poisse, which happened to be a prehistoric cave dwelling in the cliffs. It was whilst in this cave, ridiculing the cave paintings there as unoriginal and amateur at best, that I found my calling, in that I found out how to bird call. I contacted a nearby plot device eagle and flew to England to make my fortune in London. How, you ask? Well, I hadn't quite figured that out yet. I had a knack for ideas, so maybe I could become an inventor. Well, the steam-powered kettle didn't catch on, and the genuine sheepdog idea was abandoned because I couldn't find a sheep or a dog horny enough. Even the edible cutlery was mocked because it was single-use, as opposed to many plastic implements nowadays which don't just go in the nearest general waste bin, do they? Clearly, inventing was not the way forward for me, but London was not finished with me yet. First, it belittled me by giving me a job that I had already had, and then it made me do yoga in team meetings. I'm not even joking. After experiencing this torment for a number of months, finally I told my colleagues that their supposedly #deep emotions were not profound, and were in fact the product of their own brains trying to twist and bend their lives to fit the plot of an 80s coming-of-age movie in order for them to feel better about themselves. That yoga, while it does have health benefits, should not be forced upon people, and certainly not in an office environment while wearing incredibly tight jeans, William. And they can take their overpriced spiced porridge and chai tea latte and shove it up their fragrant starses. At this point, an onlooker shouted, "Well said, mate," and everyone else shuffled about nervously on the spot, presumably because they now saw themselves in the harsh light of "you're just a hairless monkey that got a bit above yourself, aren't you?" I then decided that clearly from this one bystander's compliment that I was what was missing from the internet, and now my incessant ramblings were on YouTube for all to see, for better or for worse. I hope that gives you a glimpse into my life and times, and that you've enjoyed taking this journey with me. I'm gonna go and sniff these whiteboard pens to try and come up with another video now. See ya.